when you put your faith in friends and family, people that are supposed to support you, people that show and, well, present themselves as if they support you, and you realize that you're not that important to them, they betray you, they do whatever benefits them best in that situation, and nobody else knows about who they really are, it's a very difficult situation to deal with. You often give your whole heart to somebody and, expect that they'll give it back to you because that's what they say they want to do, right? And what that really does is it tears you apart. You often find yourself trying to fit into a space that you are too big for. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with being too big. There's people in the world that would do so much to acquire you because they see the light that you have, but they won't know how to handle you at all. So when it comes to things like communication, or you just having very basic needs, they have basic needs too, but to them it's not big. But when it comes to you voicing your opinion, your needs, simple things, everything is like, oh, you're too much. You're too much. So because you love that person, especially if they are really convincing you that you are asking for too much, what you start to do is you break yourself into pieces. You try to minimize yourself, and their behavior breaks you down. The thing that I'm trying to say here is that you shouldn't be around anybody that tries to tear you apart and they don't care. Definitely not. Having a best friend that I thought I could trust and put my whole heart into, a person that, claimed that they're committed and devoted to having a shared life with me, that really hurt, to know that they didn't care about my feelings, that they were making choices that they wouldn't want me making in the relationship that we shared, and just being a blatant liar to my face. I don't see any virtue in that. And the moment I realized that there's nothing wrong with me, I shouldn't change myself to be accepted by someone that can't even be honest with themselves, that's the moment that I walked away, because I realized I would continue down this road of living a life where I would have to minimize myself to make someone else feel bigger. And that's not a life that we all need to be living. If you're sharing any sort of life with a person, it should be reciprocal. Both of you should feel uplifted. Both of you should be speaking positively to each other. It shouldn't be one person doing all of the work. And, people that don't really take the time to work on themselves, they drag you through the mud and they break you into pieces. And, there's an analogy of, hey, you broke me apart, but it's going to take me forever to put myself back together. This is the point I wanted to get to. How about you become the glass blower, right? Glass blowing, they can take broken pieces of glass and put heat to it. They take time with that glass. They invest in the beauty and reconstruction of it, right? So why can't you do that for yourself? You are worthy of being appreciated in all facets. And yes, these things and people in your life have torn you down, but please don't give them the power to make you feel like you are not as great as you should be, that you can't rebuild yourself. Because if you give yourself enough time, you'll see how valuable you really are, and you'll see how much greater you want to be. And in realizing that, what happens is you become this glass blower. You put confidence into yourself. You say the most important things that you need to hear. You give yourself the forms of love that you've been giving others. And now you become this amazing piece of china. You're fine china, right? I think there's a beauty to that. And if people accepted the analogy of, in addition to being broken like a piece of glass, you can become the glass blower of your life. And you can find other people that will apply that heat to you, that will invest in you, that will want to see you be greater, and you become this whole collection of beautiful things, and you can be appreciated by those that can see that, instead of you having to feel like, oh, I'm gonna have to spend the rest of my life narrowing myself down just to be accepted by somebody that I love. The truth is, we cannot choose who our heart loves, and sometimes people are put in our paths so that we can love them in the ways that maybe they were missing, and that contributes to why they are such selfish people. But at the same time, there's thousands of people in this world that are probably really great people, and when you find yourself, you find them. They become your community. They make you feel loved and appreciated, and you never have to question yourself again. You'll start to think, why did I let this other person make me feel the way I feel? They don't deserve that much power over me. And I think that that's a really important thing. See, I was abused by a lot of people, by my best friends, by somebody I was in love with, by people that I loved romantically, by people that were my family, you know? And that's just the truth. They will never want to say that. They will never want me to say that. But the truth of the matter is that that's not love. Love is respect. Love is kindness. Love is consideration. Love is also letting people go that don't have the capacity to love you in the way that you were innately made to be loved. So with all of that said, be the glass blower of your life. Don't give up, and know that you can reform into something way better than what someone left you in.